Hi everyone, hope you're doing well from wherever you're watching this channel, depending on your time zone. Now, Kithure Kindiki had given a warning to doctors, which was a kind of a threat to try and stop them from proceeding with their planned protest. But doctors never listened to Kithure Kindiki. They never bought into the fear or threats. Instead, they proceeded with their strike today. They met the office to the office of the Minister of Health, and after that they went direct to the National Assembly premises to meet with members of Parliament who sit and make laws and discuss matters touching Kenyans. And when they got at the Parliament, they met members of Parliament. Babu Owino was there, Otienda Molo was there, and Sylvanus Osoro was also there, among other members of Parliament. But if you listen to what Babu Owino said before doctors, the message was well received. Doctors were happy with what Babu Owino talked about because the message was touching on what they stand for. But you look at Sylvanus Osoro, you see a man who was so much intimidated and so much embarrassed at that place. I am sure even Osoro asked himself so many questions that why did he came to that place? Because he was carrying the face of Kenya Kwanza. And we know our biggest problem in this country has been all about the Kenya Kwanza administration and their policies. So you look at that, the question that people are asking, and Babu Owino was also asked the same, that who will take responsibility for our people who are dying in the hospital? And why is Ruto failing to fulfill doctors' demand? So many things, and he is putting a blame on William Ruto. And above all, he still insists that they have a motion in the Parliament to impeach CS for Health Susan Nakhumicha because she has failed the entire country by failing to convince and advise William Ruto accordingly. So Susan Nakhumicha, she still has a long way to go because an impeachment is coming. Even if she will not be impeached, there will be a discussion that is going to expose her. And that alone is enough to bring her down. Listen to Babu Owino while addressing doctors at the Parliament. Then we're going to continue with this discussion.
Doctors Ria! Yeah. Doctors Ra! Yeah. Doctors Tibim! Yeah. Doctors Tialala! Warembo ha! Ma doctors Umre! Nurses Tialala! Now, the first thing that we will do is not to leave these precincts of Parliament. Mheshimiwa Osoro, these doctors must never leave here. Under the doctrine of necessity, the doctors must stay here because they need money. We will not wait for 2 weeks. Because in 2 weeks' time, how many patients shall have died? We want Ruto himself to meet these doctors. Ruto has been wasting time walking around the world, but he has a lot of crises in this nation. The first one being the doctors' issue that he must address today. And doctors, this demonstration must never stop because Ruto said that there is no money. Auze hiyo saa yake ambayo ni 10 million. Walipe doctors. Dr. Ria, Dr. Ra, Dr. Tibi, Dr. Tialala, there is a motion before Parliament that is going to impeach Nakhumicha. Nakhumicha must, Nakhumicha must, Nakhumicha must. You cannot do diploma online and then you come and frustrate the doctors who cleared 6 years in the university. Doctors' power. The doctors must not be paid yesterday. They must not be paid tomorrow, but they must be paid today. Ruto took loans and Ruto is collecting taxes, and those taxes must be used to pay these doctors. Ruto is vicariously liable for all the deaths occurring in the hospitals, for all the deaths occurring in this country, because he has refused to pay the doctors. Ruto touched our toes and we kept quiet. He moved to our knees and we kept quiet. He jumped here and moved to our heads and we kept quiet. He moved to our chest and we kept quiet. Now he has touched our private parts. Dr. Stureh, Dr. Stureh, Dr. Stureh, Dr. Stureh. Therefore, you must decide what to do with him. Hii serikali haitaendeshwa jinsi ambavyo mtu ambaye anaosha choo anaendesha hiyo choo. The government must never be run like a kiosk. These doctors must be respected because it is their duty, inherent duty, to receive their salaries. The 3 reducible minimums. Number 1, doctors must be paid as per the 2016-2017 CBA. Number two, the interns must be paid. And it must be 100% pay. Number 3, the doctors who have just graduated last year and before, they must be deployed. Today, doctors, there will be no business in parliament. Therefore, Mheshimiwa Osoro, inafaa utoke hapa before doctors wakukimbize hapa.
Now, as we continue with the panel discussion, just a quick request. For those who are watching and you have not yet subscribed, please consider subscribing. To our returning subscribers, I must say thank you so much. And again, to all our viewers, please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much, and back to this discussion. Now, the truth is that the Kenya Kwanza administration, Ruto's cabinet, and even those who are allied to Kenya Kwanza or UDA in parliament, they are trying to create a perception like there is no crisis in this country. You look at them, the way they talk, you would think there is no problem in Kenya. Ruto has been globetrotting as if nothing is happening bad here in Kenya. But the truth is that there is a crisis in our hospitals. There is a problem in Kenya. There is mess up in our health facilities. There is problem in this country. But Ruto is flying all over, talking like there is no problem in this country. And that tells you the kind of a president we have. A man who does not care about his own people even when they are dying in hospital, because doctors are not available to attend to them. And the reason why they're not available, he has refused to listen to the doctors. He has even refused to negotiate with the doctors. He has refused to pay doctors what they want. But he is busy flying and threatening doctors at the same time. And that is the character of Kenya Kwanza. So when you see Babu Owino asking these questions, they are very critical questions. That if we have a caring president, a strike cannot go for this long. They are closing a month soon. Some hospitals have closed. They are now doing repair. I was in Vihiga, I told you, not Vihiga, Hapa Mbale. And the only thing happening at Mbale Hospital, it is renovation. This is a county hospital. Ni watu tu wa mjengo wako wanafanya repair because there are no doctors. No services taking place. But you would see leaders in Kenya pretending like nothing is happening. So Babu Owino was directly addressing Ruto and some ex Susan Nakumita, though his focus is more on Ruto because he knows that there is nothing Susan Nakumita can do, not unless Ruto gives a way forward. Because Ruto is all over all these ministries. He is the one in charge of everything. He has refused to allow ministers to do their work in their various ministries. Anafanya kila kitu. And for Susan Nakumita, ile kitu ilikuwa imebakia tu. Ndio ajitenga na hii maneno. It was to resign so that he can confirm to Kenyans that I have advised the president on this matter. Amekataa kusikia. Sasa kama amekataa, wewe jiondoe. Ijulikane hii mambo hauko ndani. But as long as you want to stay there and play politics and defend yourself and bring drama there, cartels wanataka ni resign. We know unatetea mkate wako wa kila siku, si mambo mengine. Sasa hiyo sarakasi nyingine wachana nayo. Nyinyi wote mnafanana kwa Kenya kwanza. So doctors are so much determined that they will continue with the strike until their demand will be sorted. If not, they are not willing to recall. And our parents told us one thing. It was an advice to Nakumita. And by the way, this one was just for William Ruto. The doctors can't be intimidated. They are well-learned people. They have other sources of income in terms of they can get to a private hospital and work there, wakude kwa maandamano. So they have other options. They can run even their own clinics and other mambo ingine. They are not people you can intimidate. Kazi iko. Sababu bila wako kwa mgomo hivi, zile hospitali ambazo ziko na kazi ni za private. Utapata wako na contract huko. Wengine aenda afanya surgery pale, wengine huko. Na hata kando na masaa yao ya kazi, they always had other jobs kama side hustle. Anatoka hapa enda hospitali fulani, amebook surgery ama kitu fulani, hospitali nyingine kitu kingine, like that. These are people you can't intimidate. They can even survive a year bila mshahara wako. I think Oparanya is being vindicated with this.